From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Kendol Morgan.
And I'm Denis Chabrol with the latest from across the Caribbean.
A red tornado in northern Haiti has injured more than 50 people and destroyed more than 200 homes. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says the tornado hit the community of Bassin Bleu on Tuesday. The agency says more than 300 families are homeless. Of the 50 injured, 10 were seriously hurt. The Civil Protection Agency says heavy rain is expected for most of Haiti, including the area hit by the tornado, warning of possible flooding and landslides.
5 Caribbean nations are among several small island states that have won a case at the International Tribunal on the Law of the Sea. The Maritime Court ruled in favor of Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and St. Kitts and Nevis that greenhouse gases constitute marine pollution. The ruling is considered a major breakthrough for small island states threatened by the rise in sea levels caused by global warming. In its first climate-related judgment, the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea said emissions from fossil fuels and other planet-warming gases that are absorbed by the oceans count as marine pollution. Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown welcomed the court's historic opinion and said it gives leverage to countries pushing for a global climate action.
Now that UNCLOS has actually ruled that they're literally polluting our marine space, clearly these countries are committing a tort against all of humanity. And where tort is committed, the issue of compensation arises. So if we are pushed to the extent that these countries do not increase their ambitions and to accelerate the transition into renewables to ensure that we do not exceed the 1.5 degree threshold, then we now have a legal basis on which to pursue these large polluters in the courts.
The ruling comes as Antigua and Barbuda prepares to host the 4th Summit of Small Island Developing States SIDS starting next Monday.
Barbados will be home to a pioneering SIDS hub, which will help address the unique challenges faced by small island nations. The hub, which was launched on the sidelines of the first United Nations Global Supply Chain Forum, being hosted this week in Barbados, will facilitate information dissemination, knowledge exchange, technical cooperation, and collaboration among the various SIDS. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley welcomed the development.
We are committed in a world that requires us to become far more resilient than we have been, to be able to establish an ecosystem where that kind of industrial production can start again, and to recognize that if we see the world as our market, wherever it is possible for us to secure that market, then we offset the debilitating aspect of limited population size.
The Civil Aviation Board of the Dominican Republic has announced that Venezuelan airlines will be prohibited from flying to the country starting Monday, May 27. Dominica Today newspaper reports that this ban includes all passenger and cargo air operations, both regular and non-scheduled, in Dominican airspace. This decision is a response to the obstacles imposed by Venezuelan authorities on expanding the frequencies of Dominican airlines on routes to Venezuela under the administration of Nicolas Maduro.
Elsewhere, Haiti's ongoing challenges are expected to be among major talking points for a meeting of CARICOM foreign ministers, which begins today in Dominica. The meeting will be chaired by Dominica's Foreign Minister, Dr. Vince Henderson.
Trinidad and Tobago police were up to last night continuing the search for kidnapped victim Anisha Hussein Say, who was snatched from in front of her family's business outlet on Saturday. Several media reports have quoted police sources as saying the kidnappers have made a ransom demand.
Jamaica's opposition leader Mark Holden says he'll consider renouncing his British citizenship if there's a strong public call for him to do so, and he has indicated he will not renew his British passport when it expires shortly.
The recently formed Citizens for a Constitutional Reform in Grenada has proposed legislation to the government and opposition to change the oath of allegiance from the King of England to Grenada.
Bermuda's Governor René Lalji says officials there are working with Britain and other overseas territories to address recent bomb threats at airports in her country, Anguilla and the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Belize's wildlife is facing a dire situation as wildfires and a prolonged drought force animals from their natural habitats and into contact with humans, often with tragic consequences.
And before we go, we want to wish the people of Jamaica a happy Labor Day today.
Also today, the West Indies play South Africa in the first of a 3-match T20 series as they step up preparation for the upcoming Cricket World Cup. The match will be played at the Sabina Park in Jamaica.
This has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp at +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.